What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Therion. Yes, indeed, Therion Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Brent Winship and Hamish Alexander. And this is actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Hamish. Hope you enjoy the show, man. And you as well, Brent. And Brent, make sure you thank Hamish because if Hamish had not prioritized this, you'd still be waiting probably a couple of years before we got to this. So make sure you thank Hamish for the nice bump up in the queue. They both want to see me react to this is Therion with a tune entitled The Blood of Kingu. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always the possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold it right there. I recognize this song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Michael Ganslober. Sure, why not? We'll go with that. And the video has 262,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Therion Live Gothic 2007 Full Concert HD. Yeah, this is a full concert. I was told to start at 9:55, which is right where we're at, and I'm supposed to stop at 15:32. Well, we know how that goes. I'm batting about 500 on that one. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. We'll have to just see how this one goes, I guess. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Warsaw!
Cheap pop.
This is Blood of
Okay. Now that's chunky. You can hear the bass coming through clear as day. That's section right there with the lead with the guitarist playing octaves, the 1-5, 1 flat 6, 1-5, that section, but octaves apart. You can hear the bass coming through really well. Kind of reminds me ever so slightly of the last song on the King Diamond album, Conspiracy. I believe it's called Cremation, where that's pretty much the recurring theme through the entire song is that lead guitar doing the 1-5 to flat, 1 to flat 6 to 1 to 5. It follows that recurring theme just over and over and over again. It's just funny that's, you know, I heard that riff and that's the first thing that popped through my mind. The chunking is amazing. I love the chunking that's happening. It's clean. It's pronounced. It's not muddy at all. It is super, super pronounced and super precise. Great attack. And it's happening across both guitars and bass. So love hearing that. Vocals sound strong. I like what's happening there vocally. Not going over the top, which I'm really happy to hear. Drumming is solid across the board. Nothing I've heard from him. Sounds out like a sore thumb. The backing vocalist. I think I asked this question, or I think okay. Did I ever do a reaction to this concert, or am I thinking of another band? Let's assume I haven't seen this before. This concert before. Those backing vocalists, are they a part of this band official? Are they actual official members, or are they hired guns just for this show? Please let me know in the comments, because I'm always curious when it comes to adding members, you know, as opposed to having them be permanent members, because they have pluses and minuses. So I'm really curious to know, are those backing vocals, are they actually a part of the band, or are they hired help? Let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. That's good. E to F sharp to G major. So you're moving up a minor third. The 1 to the 2 to the minor third. But when you hit that minor third, you're playing a major chord based on the minor third integer. I like it. I like that. It's very pleasing to the ear, actually. If I'm being honest though, everything else they're playing is I don't like using the word predictable, but it kind of is. It's kind of like you see it coming a mile away. You know, it's like, we're down on the B. Okay, let me guess. We're gonna go from the B up to the C up to the D. Yep, there it is. All right, and then let me guess. We're gonna go back down, right? We're gonna go right back down the same way we came. D to C to B. Let's see. Sure enough, there it is. You know. Look, here's the thing, though, and I know people criticize bands for coming up with riffs, coming up with phrases that are quote-unquote predictable. There's a reason that they're predictable. It's because they've heard it before from other bands. Other bands who have taken those same riffs and had success with them. So, do I blame bands like this for taking riffs from other bands who have had success with those riffs? Do I blame them for that? Absolutely not. It worked for them. It might work for you too. What's wrong with that? Nothing. You know, look, Lemmy said it best. We're all thieves. We're all thieves. And there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. Plus, on top of that, when you have riffs that are predictable, there comes that certain element of comfort because you know what's going to happen. I knew the second I heard that B, I knew what was going to happen. They were going to do one of two things. They were going to go B, C, A, B, or they were going to go B, C, D, and go up to the D and stay there for a bit. Well, as it turns out, they did both. Bound, down, C, A, B, 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 C, D, 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 and then same thing. D, D sharp, C, D, 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 C, B, and then it repeats again. I mean, they did the best of both worlds. They took both riffs and made it work. You know, so there's nothing. Is there anything wrong with that? No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know people will criticize bands for being predictable and writing riffs that are predictable, and I'm sorry, but if other bands have had success with it, why don't you take it and try to have some success too? You know. And before people go, well, isn't that plagiarism? No, plagiarism would be taking a song and playing the song note for note exactly like the original and claiming it's yours. That would be plagiarism. That's not plagiarism. This is not plagiarism. You're taking an idea, you're taking a riff from a song that someone else wrote and you're applying it into your own song. That'd be like saying you're an author and you're going to take a sentence from someone else's book that they wrote. You're going to take a single sentence and put it in your book. Is that plagiarism? No, it's not plagiarism at all. Give me a break. Give me a break. Anyway, let's keep going here. like that ending. That instruments lay out, vocals take over. I like that. I was ready to get... You know when you read a 2 upside down, it looks like a 5? Yeah. Somehow, I don't know how, but during the course of my reaction, I knocked my little pad of paper upside down. And I'm looking going, oh, it says, I think it says 1535. No, it's 1532. Anyway. Almost got it. Almost got it. Anyway. All right. There's not a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the course of the reaction, so we should have a pretty short review here. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Therion with The Blood of Kingu. This was a request from Brent Winship and Hamish Alexander, and this was actually one of Hamish's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Hamish. Hope you enjoyed the show, and you as well, Brent, and everybody else that wanted to see this reaction. And for those of you that did, make sure you guys thank Hamish, because in all seriousness, this was in the queue, but it was way down at the bottom. Like, it was in the 1100s. So, yeah, I'm sorry. No, this wasn't the 1100s. This was in the 900s. I'm sorry. I was thinking of another request. No, this was in the 900s. So you'd be waiting, honestly, at least another 2 years, maybe 3, before we got to this. So y'all make sure you thank Hamish for bumping this up. Seriously. Okay. There's not a lot to talk about. This is pretty straight ahead. This is actually one of the most straight ahead songs I think I've heard on the channel in a while. But it's still well done. So let's get to the score, and we'll see if we can keep this review brief. We'll see. Starting off with the score, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, 7.6. What does that mean? Well, a 7.6 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, the song is really good. Okay, it's a solid song across the board. I have no complaints about the song as far as songwriting and arranging goes. It all makes sense. It all sounds good. Everything lined up. Everything was very clearly defined. Here is the verse. Here is the pre-chorus. Here is the chorus. Here is the bridge. They made it very clear from start to finish where the song was, and more importantly, where the song was going to go next. Now, I know this is where a lot of people will say, well, the song's predictable. You're dang right it is. It absolutely is. And you know what that leads to? Record sales.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Facts, okay? Look, you have a song like this where you can guess, even as a first-time listener, like right here, like me, listening to the song for the first time, I was able to guess almost every single time exactly where the song was going to go. I was even able to guess the riff they were going to play next. When they got to that B, I'm like, oh, let me guess. It's either going to be one of 2 things. It's going to be B, C, A, back to B, or it's going to be B, C, D. And oddly enough, they did both. They did B, C, they did B, 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 C, A, B, 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 C, D. And I'm like, I called both of them. How cool is that? And I know a lot of people will criticize bands for writing songs that are like that and say they're generic and they're repetitive and they're not original. I hate to tell you this, folks, nobody is original. We are all thieves. Ask Lemmy. Well, you can't ask Lemmy anymore, unfortunately, but he said it in an interview. We're all thieves, you know, and we are, every single one of us. Ozzy said it too. We're all thieves. No one's original. So And the thing is, we all understand that. We as musicians, we get it. You know, we understand that people are going to borrow from us and we're going to borrow from other people. And, you know, people ask, you know, do you get mad when people borrow from you, or they take songs or take ideas from your songs and they write songs on your ideas originally? And I'm with Lemmy on this one. I say, no, good luck to them.
Do you get mad if a band copies your style?
No, good luck to them. Maybe they'll do something we can copy later.
It's give and take, folks. It really is. So for those people who, you know, feel inclined to criticize bands for writing songs that are quote unquote predictable, I need you to take a real hard look at all of the hit songs that have been written over the past, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years. And I want you to tell me one song that is 100% original. Never heard anything like it before, ever. Doesn't sound, the chordal progressions doesn't sound like any other chordal progression from any other song you've ever heard in your entire life. Try. Let me know what you come up with, because I promise you, you're not going to come up with any answers whatsoever. Everybody borrowed from somebody. That's number one. Number two, as far as the song itself goes, it sounds solid. Everything was pleasing to the ear. One thing that did kind of stand out to me was the progression from the E to the F sharp to the G. You're going up a minor third from the E, right? E minor, F sharp minor to the third, the minor third, which would be the G, but instead of being G minor, they went G major. So E minor, F sharp minor, G major. That was so number one, I didn't see that coming. Number two, when they did it the first time, it kind of threw me off because I wasn't expecting it. But when I heard them do it a second time, I was kind of ready for it. And I was like, that sounds very pleasing to the ear. I like that. That's different. I definitely like that. As far as musicianship goes, everybody was solid across the board. I love the chunking on this song. It was clearly defined, super clean, no bleed over. It was super tight. And it was both guitars and bass together. The bass giving it that little extra punch, I think. I could hear the bass clear as day in this mix. I was so happy to hear that. I didn't have to go searching at all. He was right there. Very nice tone from all of them. Drumming was absolutely rock solid. Nothing impressive, but solid across the board. Same thing with the guitar playing, same thing with the bass playing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like these guys were, you know, playing super amazing riffs and stuff like that, because honestly, guys, they really weren't. After listening to the song about halfway through, I was like, I got this. I can pick up my bass right now and play along with this. This is a pretty simple, easy song to play. But it's fun. It's got good energy. It's got good drive. It's got good feel. Like I said, every chord transitions well to the next. Every phrase transitions well to the next. Everything about the song makes sense. So I got no issues there whatsoever. Vocally, I like what the vocals were doing, both the lead vocalist and the backing vocalist. Lead vocalist doing some really nice lines without going over the top, which I was really happy about. Backing vocalist supporting, and when needed, came to the front of the mix. When the lead vocalist laid out, they took over, and I felt like that was very appropriate, but I never once felt like anybody was stepping on anybody else's toes. Lead vocalist never stepped on their toes. They never stepped on the lead vocalist's toes, and the backing vocalists never stepped on each other's toes. If y'all could do me a favor though in the comments, let me know about my question about those backing vocalists. Are they actually a part of the band? Are they actual members, or were they hired guns for this particular show? Let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. The live show. Okay, the live show did help the score a little. Not as much as you might think though. Stage presence was there, absolutely. No question about that. Stage energy, it was there. I think there was definitely potential for more, but it was there, and so I will give it the check. Stage interaction, same thing. It was there, but it was very casual. Wasn't really a whole lot of thought or effort being put into it. So, but it was there, even if it was accidental. It's still there, so I'll give it the check. Crowd interaction, big check, huge check. The lead vocalist really interacted with the crowd quite a bit. I do have one thing I'd like to mention about that, though. Someone needs to talk to this lead vocalist about the haze. listen, when you're especially when you're in a straight time feel or a halftime feel, you don't want to be going on the quarter notes. Hey, 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 hey. If you're trying to get the crowd to react to that and engage with you on that, I have gone to a lot of concerts lately, and I have seen vocalists do the same thing. And I've seen them do it both ways, where they're trying to do it on the quarter notes. Hey, 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 hey. When they do it that fast, you're only going to get maybe 10% of the crowd to follow along with you. Maybe, if that. If you slow it down, cut it in half. Just do it on the 2s and 4s. Hey, 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 or do it on the 3s. 1, 2, hey, hey, hey. You're going to find you're going to get a lot bigger response, a lot more people responding and reacting and interacting with you. You're going to have a much higher success rate. But when you're doing it super fast like that, most people are going to look around and go, I'm not going to do that because it sounds stupid and it looks stupid and I don't want to look stupid. But if you slow it down, and like I said, do it on the 2s and 4s, or even better, do it on the 3s only, they're going to find you're going to get a lot more response, a lot more participation. So just some advice. Don't do it on the quarter notes because people aren't going to follow you. But that was crowd interaction nonetheless. Let's see what else was there. Showmanship, yeah, I'll give that the check. Looked good. Overall, the overall performance looked really nice. Production, the set. They had the set. They had those iron rod gates. That was kind of nice. Gave it a nice little extra gothic touch. Yeah, I'll give it that. So everything combined together, taking the song into account, the musicianship into account, the songwriting into account, the live show into account, I came up with a 7.6. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make a difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.